Well, here we are at Manor Park, 2 weeks to go to our sale, 14th and 15th of February, starting at 11 o'clock. And I've got a collection of vehicles and motorcycles I'd like to talk about. The first one here is an MZ, made in East Germany. They were very popular for people who are doing endurance and rallies like this. As you can see, it comes complete. It's a lovely machine, complete with the screens, the paddles and everything. Very popular, two-stroke that's very strong and very collectible today. The next machine is a Francis Barnett. Just before the Second World War, these were made in Coventry. And as you can see, this is actually 1948 and has got the original forks, little speedo that came off like the same from BSA, Bantams and things. But it has a two-stroke Villiers engine. And if you look at it, it has twin ports, 2 exhausts and a single outlet. Everything on this is a beautiful machine and a lot of fun. But the interesting thing about it is there's no foot change, it's a hand change which is around on this side, and the change gear has probably got a 3-speed box. This probably will do about 48-50 mile an hour downhill. A lovely complete machine, ready to go, and hopefully somebody enjoyed taking it to any rally. It's a great machine and is in our sale. And the third machine is this Norton. I know quite a lot about Nortons. I was very lucky as a child in my teens to go to the Norton factory in Bracebridge Street in Birmingham, to the race department in Bracebridge Street, and up on the top floor was where they used to assemble all the Manx Nortons and the like. This is not a Manx Norton, obviously, but from about 1928, girder front forks, and it has a side valve H16 engine in it. It comes complete in every way. The magneto is not the original, but it works very well. And I know actually how to operate all the different levers with the mixture, the control, the speedo, the throttle cable, the inverted brake levers, and then another lovely machine that somebody could take on the Banbury Run, which takes place every year. A little bit maybe light restoration might be needed on it, but not too much. Maybe the tank would be redone. But overall, a very nice original machine. I actually had a 1927 Humber, which reminds me of that flat tank. And these were very similar, known as flat tankers, hand change, lovely machine. That's in our sale, which takes place on the Friday. These 3 machines will probably make up to a total of about 100 motorcycles that will be in our sale on the 14th. On the 15th, we have the car sale, again with probably 100 lots. And one of them, which is of interest to me, is this Austin Ascot, dated from 1936. A beautiful, elegant car. Austin, along with Morris, were the 2 major manufacturers making cars in Britain in the 20s and 30s, followed closely by Singer. The reason being that they all made different machines of different sizes, tourers, sports cars and things. Austin particularly were well known in the 20s for what they call the Austin 7s. And then in the early 30s they made what they called the Big 7. But this is obviously bigger than the Big 7 because it's of a 12 horse, 4-cylinder side valve. This has come from a very good source, and let me tell you something more about it as we look around the car. The engine is of a size of 4-cylinder and a 1535cc. Producing probably about less than 30 brake horsepower and with a maximum speed of about 55 mile an hour. Looking under the bonnet, you can see there's some wonderful detail, particularly the padding on the dashboard and all of that. And there's a little compartment where if you happen to have a problem with your cylinder head, there's a spare one already there. It's got a 4-speed gearbox with kind of the basic rudimentary 4-speed Synchrom S. Drums are all brakes all the way around by levers and cables. The history of the car goes back until February 9th, 1920. The history of the car goes back until the 29th of February 1936. It must have been a leap year because it's the 29th as it says here, and was originally owned for nearly 27 years by a man called Mr. Hughes from Leighton, Essex. It subsequently had a very checkered life and at some time finished up in the hands of a man called Jim Nicol from Carnoustie in the year 2000, who obviously restored it. There's a great belief that the car has only done 63,000, nearly 64,000 miles, and its interesting features includes that it's got a sunroof, blinds to all rear windows, opening front windscreen, there's no heater and there's no temperature gauge. But all together, it's a very original 1936 Austin 12.4, which is in our sale, which starts on the Saturday the 15th at 11 o'clock. So there you go, that's the description of the car. Here's the history file with it, including the original MOTs that go back a long way, in fact all the way back into the 50s, and the V5 and everything else. This will be going with the car that's in our sale on the 15th of February, starting 11 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you all then, and let's hope they have an enjoyable time and somebody is lucky enough to bid for this car and enjoy driving it.